So in our string of investigative journalism regarding some of the most fascinating and terrible Airbnb listings on the market, I think we have hit the jackpot. This is an Airbnb listing offering a bed in London for just £8 a night, but there is a huge downside. Let's talk about it. So we know London can be pricey, but if you have the budget of £300,000, you won't be able to get a castle, but you can buy a parking space. And once you get your parking space, then you could turn it into a glorious Airbnb listing where you are raking in a handsome £8 a night. That's right. So someone is offering you the chance to stay in London for $8 tonight. You're going to be staying on a spacious mattress just outside some garages in Peckham. There is not even a roof. However, your lovely host has offered a room with a rug and a bedside table outside at £8 per night. I don't think you can do any better than that. What do you think, Tamara?
This is one of those things that I just flashed something my mother would get me in a situation because
would she book this for you?
She is the cheapest human on the planet, and I don't know if you've ever used a place like Hotwire or one of those other places where you book something for the price and it gives you a few specs, but it doesn't give you the exact location or what it is.
Oh, so it's like a blind bidding situation?
Yeah, but that's how you get things really cheap, and usually it turns out great, but if she saw an $8 anything and it had any sort of like spec that it was like a bed and a room, I would be there. And then I would walk up and I'd be like, is this a joke? Like, this is not real right now. But I think it's funny. I think it could be cool to just be like a tourist attraction, like, oh, look what I did for $8, but actually have a real place to stay in. I don't know. I would kind of want to see what was going on around it just to be sure of what I was getting into. Like,
how sketchy.
Who knows if some guy just like sleeps there all the time and is like, oh, you're here for this night. Oops.
You're here to spoon with me?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one. And the thing that's funny is, like, you know, with economics, people tend to be willing to, like, if something's really cheap, there's always going to be someone who's like, I'll take it.
I feel like, honestly, like, it's the same thing with, like, hostels. Like, I kind of would pick this over a hostel.
Really? So I've never seen
in some cases. I've heard horror stories from hostels, but I've also heard great things. Like, you make friends, it's what you pay for, it's, like, cool experience if you have no money and you just want to do something cheap. But it could be really disgusting. You could be in very close quarters, and this provides a nice, roomy area, an infinite amount of space.
Yep.
And you don't need to worry about anybody.
Yeah, so, I mean, and the thing that's funny is, like, honestly, so Airbnb ended up taking the listing down. They were like,
no.
They said, be sure to pick a place with 4 walls, running water, and a little more privacy.
That's funny.
But I think that if they moved this situation into a garage.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
And they were like £25, there would be people, like, there's certainly a category of people that would say, I'm willing to take this chance.
If you look at the bigger picture, this is just a cut version of it, but behind this, there are like little storage spaces, it looks like.
Maybe you should be renting out, like, maybe a storage space would be
I think that's actually illegal. I think
from the storage unit company?
Yeah. I think that's the law.
Don't stay in there.
Yeah, you can't actually like sleep there.
There are definitely people sleeping in storage units right now.
Definitely.